Thank you, Catherine. Lovely. Well, good morning. As James mentioned, and from the reading you've probably gathered that today is the feast day of St. Francis of Assisi. So briefly, a little background on him. He was named Francesco di Pietro di Bernardone. I do not have an Italian accent. Anyway, son of a wealthy cloth merchant and landowner. In his youth, Francesco was known for his partying, drinking, and his vanity, i.e. a spoiled brat with no responsibilities. Now, to his father's disappointment, he chose not to follow his father into the business, but instead he wanted the far more exciting life of that of a soldier. Indeed, he rather fancied himself as a knight. And as such, he went off to war on behalf of the city of Assisi against the city of Perugia. Assisi lost the battle very badly, and Francisco was taken prisoner, spared only because they felt that he was probably worth something on account of his rich clothes. Now, we are told that it was while he was in prison, waiting for his father to ransom him, that Francisco began receiving visions of God. Then later on, following his release, he began to hear the word of God and was told to go and repair his church and live a life of poverty. And this we know he did indeed do. He became a Catholic friar known as Francisco, later adopting the name of Francis of Assisi. And while he founded various religious orders, he developed a great love of the natural world, of animals, and today is known as the patron saint of the environment and animals. And that is how we know him best. He said, "Ask the beasts, and they will teach you the beauty of this earth." I think it very important that while we know St. Francis best for his love of the natural world, we should not overlook the fact that his mission was to help the poor. He lived in poverty, plainly clothed, a direct contrast to his early days. It was for this reason that the present Pope chose the name of Francis, because, in his words, he brought to Christianity an idea of poverty against the luxury, pride, vanity, the civil and ecclesiastical powers of the time. He changed history. And he told journalists at his first audience that he had chosen the name of St. Francis of Assisi because he had done so because he was especially concerned for the well-being of the poor. So we have this kind, thoughtful, and loving man who sought nothing for himself, but gave himself in service to all life, be it human, feathered, furred, or otherwise. I don't think I would be accused of exaggerating if I said that right now our world needs healing. Between the pandemic, the election, the wildfires, the flooding, and hurricanes, drought, we are being stretched in so many ways. The animals who have lost their habitat and food source especially need our love and care. Even if we can do little at a practical level, we can hold them in our love and in our thoughts. And let us be encouraged by St. Francis's words. Start by doing what's necessary. Then do what's possible. And suddenly you are doing the impossible. And this we can do. While I was working from home during the stay-in-place order earlier this year, it warmed my heart to see so many of my neighbours out with their families walking their dogs. The dogs came in all sizes, shapes, and colours. There was the elderly and gentle Golden, a bouncy black retriever pup who just knew that everyone was his